Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I'm your host, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. So glad you joined me for this topic, which is annuities are contractual commodities. Now, this might make a lot of people in the industry mad, but they know I'm right. And let me explain what I'm talking about. We all know what commodities are: wheat and corn and oil and all that stuff. And so when I say the word commodity, I'm not saying that, there's going to, if you don't close out the contract right, they're going to deliver, 9 tons of corn to your front door. I get all that. And I have people, it's amazing how many people argue with me about, well, you be careful calling the commodities because commodities are, I understand. Listen, I did that for a long, long time on Wall Street. I get it. But what I'm trying to tell people out here is you should own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. And that's the contractual guarantees of the policy. And once you strip it down to the contractual guarantees of the policy, all types, there's many different types. You can't hate all annuities. You can't do that anyway, because that'd make you a hypocrite, because you already own the best one on the planet, Social Security, which is the best inflation annuity on the planet. And if you're an employer, if you're so fortunate to have a pension, that's your second annuity that you own. That's an annuity. But annuities are contractual commodities. When I say that, when what we do at the annuityman.com, which separates us from every single person that I know of out there, because all of them play, go back and forth between contractual guarantees and then hypotheticals and theoreticals. We don't do that. You own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. And when you strip it down to the contractual guarantees only, then it becomes commoditized, because we represent pretty much every single carrier out there. Let me give you an example. Let's just say you've come to the conclusion, after listening to me, going to my site, running quotes, and answering the following 2 questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? And your answer was, we want lifetime income and we want it to start immediately. From those 2 answers, then we have determined that a single premium immediate annuity, acronym SPIA, is the best annuity type to provide the highest contractual guarantee based upon those 2 answers. Okay, so once we get to that, then the next step is, how do you want to structure it? There's a myriad of ways to structure it. So let's just say we want it for me and the wife, joint life with cash refund. Let's just say that we've come to that conclusion. You've read my annuity owner's manual on SPIAs. You've looked at all the different types of quote parameters and structures you can put in: joint life only, joint life with 5, joint life with 10, joint life with 20, joint life with cash refund, joint life with installment refund. We've explained that to you on the phone, or you watch videos or read the book, and you say, we want joint life with cash refund. Once we get to the structure that makes sense with the product that makes sense, then we've commoditized it. Then we're going to go out and we're going to quote everybody for the highest contractual guaranteed payment. Now, the last filtering of that list that you're going to see, 10 or more, we're going to filter them top 10, etc. Then we're going to look at the carrier ratings, the claims paying ability. But we've commoditized the annuity type that you need, so we can go quote all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee. And just a spoiler alert, because we've commoditized it like that, and that's the way it should be done for rational people out there, not dreamers and hopeful people that want to chase the unicorn and the butterfly and want to believe that the sales pitch. There's no sales pitch when you strip it down to the contractual guarantee. There is none. There's no flashy thing. There's nothing to say other than, does this number look good to you and fair to you, and do you want to lock it in? Period. That's it. It's nothing more than that. But spoiler alert, these quotes change like a gallon of milk every 7 to 10 days, and sometimes sooner than that, meaning that carriers will adjust their bid to get your business, that contractual guarantee you see, because they're trying to fill a tranche with your age range or joint if it's age ranges. And once they fill it up, once they reach the capacity for that, then they're going to lower the guarantees in order to not attract you, if that makes sense. So I know that you're out there doing, and you've been shown small cap, mid cap, value, international, etc. With a life insurance company that's issuing lifetime income products, they're looking for age ranges, and they're filling those tranches. knowing that some of you are going to live longer than some of you at that age, some of you are going to live shorter, some of you are going to live right on the money to your life expectancy. That's the reason life insurance companies have the big buildings, is because they know when we're going to die, and they price things accordingly, as opposed to a property and casualty company that doesn't know when the hurricane's going to hit, or the fire, or the tornado. Life insurance companies know when you're going to die. So what I'm saying is when you strip it down and commoditize it like that, you're looking for the highest contractual guarantee, but you also know that you can't sit on it. You can't take 2 weeks or 3 weeks and say, well, I had a call the other day. Hey, Stan, I ran this quote on your site a month ago for an immediate annuity. I want to move forward with that. I'm like, it's not there anymore. I mean, let's rerun it. And I showed him, and he's like, oh man, I didn't know that. Well, that's the reason I'm out here doing these type of videos, is to explain how it works. Just think of a gallon of milk. It spoils every 7 to 10 days. You got to get another gallon of milk. In this case, you got to get another quote. And going through the application process, we will lock that quote in. So it's not, the guarantee is not determined about money arriving, et cetera. And we do all the paperwork for you, et cetera. You can go to my site. There's a video on how to buy an annuity, and it explains our process to you. But we even take complex products and commoditize them. Give you an example. If the 2 questions, what do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? Let's just say you said, we need lifetime income. We need it to start in 7 years. Okay. 7 years from now, we need it to start. You're a spreadsheet person. You know exactly what's going to happen. You want to know to the penny. You're down to really 2 products. You're down to a deferred income annuity. Also could be a QLAC, but then the other one is an income rider. And income riders are typically attached to variable annuities and indexed annuities. We don't sell variable annuities. We don't sell anything that has the ability to go down. We only sell fixed products, guaranteed products that protect your principal. But index annuities typically and historically, their income riders have beaten contractually the variable annuity income riders. Maybe that'll change in the future, who knows? But right now, that's at the time of this taping, check the date, that's what's happening. But the indexed annuity is a very, very complicated product as a standalone. Caps and spreads and participation rates and upfront bonuses, lots of moving parts, lots of complexity. We do not, when you answer the question, you need income in 7 years for lifetime income, we literally ignore that indexed annuity and all of those shiny things that everyone talks about. And this, if you don't do 10 years ago, here's what you'd have got. That's crap. We just use it as an efficient delivery system for income riders. So if you said we need income to start in 7 years and we want it joint life, then we're going to run a DA and QLAC quote, and we're going to run an income rider quote attached to an indexed annuity, not looking at the indexed annuity, not ever talking about caps and spreads and participation rates. And we're going to quote all income riders out there. So we're going to base our decision on the highest paying income rider guarantee, because the income rider is the guarantee. Just look at it like this. Draw a line down a blank sheet of paper. Left-hand side is the index option side that we don't talk about. Right-hand side is the income rider guarantee, the contractual guarantee. So we strip it down and commoditize it to just look at the income rider. So we're shopping all income riders. So an agent can't come to you and say, well, this is the best income rider. Unless he's shopped all carriers, then they don't know that. Now you can go to my site and run income rider quotes as well. 24/7, 365. We're the only ones that have income rider quotes for the consumer at this point. I'm sure someone's going to try to copy me. They always do. I don't blame them, but it's good for the consumer, honestly. But income riders are commoditized because you've told me exactly what you want: income in 7 years, or income in 5 years, or income in 9 years, or income in 8 years. That's an income rider quote, but we're only looking at income rider guarantees. And when you run the quote, we're not showing any cap, spreads, participation, non-guaranteed hypothetical scenarios. We're only showing the contractual number. Okay. Now let's talk about inflation real quick. Inflation's kind of the gorilla in the room. All I'm going to tell you is annuity companies don't give that away. If you want to attach a cost of living adjustment inflation rider to a immediate annuity, deferred income annuity, or something like that, they're just going to simply lower the payment to make up for it. To me, it's not mathematically worth it. The only way I can see it working for you, if you bought 2 annuities, 2 SPIAs without it and 1 with it, then I'm okay with it. But it's not Social Security, which is just going to increase based upon a political whim of our beloved Congress. Okay, they're not running numbers up there. They're just looking for voters. All right. But income riders, there's some shenanigans going on there. Index annuities that have income riders, there'll be people that say, well, our index annuity increases with inflation. Well, what they forgot to tell you is that the annuity company lowers that initial payment severely and drastically. So you're never going to make up for it. Sounds good. Everybody wants increasing income. But remember, annuity companies, life insurance companies that issue annuities, they're for-profit businesses, okay? They're not going to give that away. They're going to severely and drastically lower that initial payment. But annuities, and there's many different types, are commodity products. They're contractual commodity products. And once we strip it down to the contractual guarantees, then they're immediately commoditized for us to then go quote for the highest contractual guaranteed number. That's how simple this is. That's how simple the annuity industry could make this. I'm making this for them. They're coming along with me, and eventually this will be how annuities are purchased nationwide. We'll look back at this time period, and it will, from the time of this taping in this ballpark, sales will triple with the annuity industry because I'm out here blasting this contractual guarantees only message. I'm blasting that annuities are contractual commodities. I'm blasting it because it's true. And I'm blasting it because it's the way to buy annuities, and it's the proper way for consumers to consider the purchase of an annuity. You never, ever, 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 ever consider purchase annuity on a non-guaranteed return number. Once you go down that track of non-guarantees and hypotheticals and theoreticals and back-tested and unicorns chasing the butterflies, then it's not commoditized anymore. Then it's just sales pitch. It's a sales pitch circus. Whose sales pitch is better? And all of them are bad. Annuities don't need sales pitches because they're contractual commodities. Contractual commodities don't need sales pitches. They don't need high pressure. They don't need whiz-bang brochures. You just need a calculator to run all quotes with all carriers like we have at theannuityman.com. And you need to look at the number to see if it's fair for you. Period. That's it. I mean, seriously. And there are times that I'm amazed I have to say this to the public and the industry because no one's saying it other than me. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just a good old Southern boy from North Carolina that looks at this stuff and the finances and Wall Street, whatever. I look at it from a simple standpoint. I break it down to the simple standpoint where you can make a decision. In this case, strip it down to the contractual guarantees, turn that strategy into a commodity, which means then we can go shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee at that time. So you can make a good decision solely on that contractual guarantee and make that decision on your terms and on your time frame. So remember that annuities are contractual commodities. If you don't look at them like that, you're going to make a mistake and you're going to buy the sales pitch and then realize later that you own the contractual realities. Why not just start and finish at the contractual realities? My name is Stan, the Annuity Man. We'll see you next time.